So good morning all. So I have shared my screen and yesterday we discussed about the only tabular report and a couple of other things as well. Today let's start with the matrix report. So one second. I'm taking a new page. I hope everyone know how to take the new page. And I'm taking matrix report. So this is what we are going to see discussed today. And if you see the tabular report and matrix report, let's say let me build the same report. For example, I would like to take the each country wise what is the orders we are getting, total quantity. Let me increase the font here. So here also most of the property will repeat, and go to the grid and expand the font size. Okay, so now is more visible. So till now, if I take the only country wise sales amount or country wise order quantity, it is showing as a like a tabular format only. But if you go to the fields option, as you can see here, we have rows, I'm sorry, we have columns, we have values here. So which means one property which is extra here, the columns are coming into picture compared to the tabular report. For example, go to table, select this visual. Now see this one, we have only values here, only values here. That means like column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4 you can take down. But coming to matrix report, we have the columns as well as rows also will come into picture. Now let's see this one. Now I'm taking I will go with state wise. Select this one. Now as you can see the report here, it will go like anything because we have lots of cities available, right? So let me swap it, you will understand, because countries are very less numbers, correct or not? Countries are very less numbers. So I mean, it's not that much look and feel is good. Let's do some little bit formatting. Then we can discuss about the more detail. So now I'm just going to format blindly, and matrix here also we have the minimal bold header, alternative rows. See this one. Now somehow is better. Somehow is better. All the country name showing is the right side. Like for example, Australia, Canada, France, Germany, United Kingdom, US. And all the state values showing like this. For example, this 33 is nothing but in Alberta and the Canada country, I got this much orders. Wherever blank is there, like showing as a no orders from that particular state, that particular country. For example, here we don't have anything because that particular state, that particular country, we don't have any orders. Now that is about the matrix style, because since we spent almost 1 hour of time yesterday, what is matrix style? I mean, there we have option called table style, here is a matrix style. And grid option also we have discussed, like vertical grid, horizontal grid. Whoever missed out, please go through the yesterday's video. And row padding, outline color, outline weight, text size. So if you want to increase the size of the text, you can increase or decrease. The grid is nothing but the column or totals or header everywhere across overall the matrix level. If you want to do any formatting, you need to go to the grid option. Next, let's say only for column in the sense, so these column values you would like to do different formatting, then you can go to the column headings. Let's say if you don't like this background properties, you can do some changes on this one. So this is what about the only for the column level. This also we have discussed enough time yesterday. Now same way row properties, row is nothing but already you guys know. Let me change the color, you'll understand. This is the row values, right? So this will be called as a first row, second row, third row, because under row only we taken the state column. Under row only we taken the state column, and under columns only we taken the country column. So since we discussed enough time on this one, I'm not going to discuss what is this property about. So what is new here is like we have like subtotals and grand totals available, and a couple of more properties. The next one is values. So values also, what are the value displaying on the screen, right? What are the displaying on the screen? This values property can change it only for applicable this one only. For example, like outline is none, make it as a none only. For example, top and bottom outline, this is like bottom, that is by one line will be getting, or frame something like this. Maybe if you increase the font, you will comes to know a little bit, like font family thickness. This is what about the this icons, outline, show on rows, banded rows, alternative background colors and all. So please explore, because if I keep on explaining each and every visual, it will take time, and I'm sure we won't be able to complete the batch on time. So the next important property is, as you can see, the subtotals are grand totals. Sorry guys, able to understand? Can anyone confirm? Within able to see my screen? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. So whatever we are discussing, it is called as a matrix visual. So now listen carefully. The same visual only. If I drag everything in the rows or everything in the column, what would happen? For example, I'm just dragging the columns also into this one. Now see what is happening here. Where is the row values here? Actually, it is forming a like drill down feature here. Already we have discussed what is a drill down and data tabs. We discussed about this one. There is an option here. See this one. This icon will be enabled. Expand this one. Now the state level will be enabled. Now you come back. If you want to expand to all levels, now as you could see here clearly, in Australia we have like four states available. In Canada again three states available, something like this. So it depends on the design, how do you want to be enabled, and even you can add multiple also, like city also. You'll get one more level here. You'll get one more level. Now see this one. Now see this one. In Australia, sorry, in Australia, in New South Wales, I got these are the city name. These are the city names. If you expand this one, still you will get a more cities and all. So if you want to enable the within a matrix drill down feature, then we need to keep all the dimensions into the rows only. So if you don't like this kind of design, then what you can do, you can drag it. For example, remove city. So I'm just dragging into the columns as this one. Now automatically will come like this. For example, if you keep state also within this one, you'll be getting like this. Now this is different like this. Everything will be in the column level only. Even you can expand this one. You can see the top of this one, Canada within this one, Australia this one. Now for example, if I add one more level, now as you can see, let me increase the more width, you will be able to understand. Usually we never implement this kind of design. So now as you can see here, Australia, New South Wales, we have this many cities available. Scroll a little bit down. See now Queensland within Australia only. Now wherever next country starts, see now the total is coming up, and Canada will be coming up here. And so this is a kind of design also. This is called as a row level sorry, column level design here. So whenever you want to get the matrix format, try to keep it like this. Try to keep it like this. Now, now, so please make a note of this one. While coming tomorrow, okay. What I want is wherever values are not available. For example, this country, this states, okay, blank is coming, which means that particular state we don't have any transaction, correct? So what is my recommend is wherever no sales is there, no orders is there, I want to place a zero. You getting my point or not? I want to make it as zero. In other reporting tools, you can find it very easy option. Please take this as a homework and let me know tomorrow. Okay. So if you look at 5 minutes of time, I'm sure you will be able to answer this one. That is what about the rows and columns. And if you go to format option, like we have a subtotals. Now you can enable the subtotals or disable the subtotals as well. There are two totals available. One is a column level total, another one is a row level totals. Let's say if you don't like row level total, the bottom will be disabled, correct? And if you don't like column level totals, you can disable. But if you want totals, you can enable. And the font color, font family, background color, text size, apply to labels. Labels also you want to apply the subtotals or not. Subtotals padding, like what is this one? Position, I guess. I'm sorry. So where do you want to display? Top or bottom? Okay. So as of now, only one subtotals will be there. So you may not be able to recognize this one. But you can. This one now like it seems like a what is this per row level? This is column level. I'm not sure what is this property. So just ignore this one. The next one is grand totals. What is the meaning of grand total here? What is the meaning of grand total? So if you see here, I think when we have the multiple levels, you can easily understand. But as of now, we have only subtotals only. If you see that this is value is nothing but each category wise, let me add more metrics you can easily understand. For example, within a states or within a row, what I want is I would like to see the cities also. Or I will add it like this. Let it be. Now expand all levels. So now as you can see here, I'm not sure how many of you are able to understand this one. See this total here. Okay. And this is called as a total. Here also we have a total. These are all called as subtotals, but whatever the coming in the last here, this is called as a grand total usually. Yes or no? So you can add it like this. Column level also you can add it. Expand this one. Now you could able to see the, if you scroll a little bit right, see this one, this totals. This is subtotals, and if you go to the end of this one, this is called as a grand totals. So expand like this. Now go to formatting option. Now expand the grand total. Let me increase like different font color, then you can easily understand. See this one. Actually, it is a grand total. Grand total when we have the more subtotals. When you don't have the subtotals like granularity, for example, if you have the only country level information, then automatically this will become the subtotal, right? Whenever we have the more levels only, one is subtotal, another one is the grand total will come into picture. I hope it's very easy, and just to spend some time and try to understand. So as I said yesterday, for matrix report also we'll get as a field formatting and conditional formatting. And if we expand the field formatting, 100% same features, 100% same features here also, nothing new here. Go to conditional formatting, this one, and now as you can see the background color, font color, and data bars here. You can enable and disable the data bars here. So little bit bars will be there. Bars is nothing but based on their value how much it is. See this one 175 thickness will be coming, right? So this is a 170 little bit thickness and like a light thin bar is coming up based on their values. So these are all very smaller values. That's why we're not able to recognize the bars as well. Now one second. Let me remove this one. Now see this one. The overall values, okay, compared to overall value, this is the bigger one. What is the meaning of overall value? I'm talking about this total. Compared to this total, this is a more bigger value. Only for this state, sorry, this country and this state alone, we are getting this many orders. So that's why the bar is little bit highlight color will be coming. Even you can customize if you want. This is the data bars here. So you can disable and enable if you want this kind of highlight. Like easily we can attract the customer intention. We can look into this value. Wherever bigger value is there, that will be shadow with the bar colors. So rest all same background border. Wherever enable the title as well. If you want top of this one, you want to give some names, you can do this one. Anyone has any questions on this one? What is matrix report? Can I move to next one? Okay. So the next one is, as you can see the screen, I will minimize this one. So let's continue with the we understand the bar chart 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and all, and also there is a line chart will be available and area chart. This is all like it looks like same only stacked area chart and line and stacked column chart, line and clustered column chart and the ribbon chart. So I mean to say this 4 or 5 will be very easy because already we understand the first 6 bars and all. It's like a combination of the bar and line. So when do you go for the line chart, when do you go for the bar chart, and when do you go for the both the combinations? We can have a look on this one. So let me go to the charts here, chart here, or first I will take the one more visual. Now assume that first we will discuss whatever we know it already, or straight away I will go with the line chart here. I am taking, for example, let me take the hierarchical slicer. One second, I want more bottom level granularity. For example, daily basis, I would like to get like how is my sales amount. See this one. If you see this kind of graph and all right, you're never going to understand. When you see this one, each line, because I think we have like almost 4 to 5 years data. For each year we have 365 days. It's like it's showing as almost like a 4 years data. So useless at all. We can't keep the cursor like this and see the values, right? So what you can do as a first attempt, let me increase the font. This one, this is called as x-axis, and come out. Now y-axis, you know what is y-axis, the order quantity or sales amount. I'm taking a sales amount here, and display unit should be making as a none so that you can get the actual values here. I will come back this one, so we'll discuss already anyhow we discussed. So now why I'm taking the multi slide, I mean hierarchical slicer means I want to filter it, right? For example, if you take 1 week data, we can easily understand the bar will be up and down. But if you take like a 365 days, I never going to understand. So I'm taking this one, select this calendar year, and which quarter, even month also. I will go for the week level. Where is the week? And then I will take the daily basis. So make sure that it is not that is a year column here. It is going down. Okay, it is not going some. Make sure. Okay, perfect. So let me enable this one like visibility. Is it increasing or not? Okay. The font select color or font color background color. I will make it as this one. Okay. Now listen carefully. If I say 2007, we don't have data it seems. 2008, even we don't have. 2011 we have it, but I don't want complete year data. Even I'm just going to randomly quarter 3 and August month. Let's say these are week number. I'm taking 1 week data. Probably we're supposed to get the only 7 days data. We're supposed to get only 7 days data. Or I will say quarter 1. Now, let's say if I go for the quarter 1, January, February, March is the first quarter, right? I'm checking the January and first week data. For example, Jan 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, something like this. Unfortunately, we don't have data. Second week, no. Third week, okay, perfect. So this is what I'm trying to explain. Whenever you have a situation, you want to take it as a daily analysis. What is the meaning of daily analysis? For example, Jan 16, I got this much sales amount. How much? $7,855, something like this. When I come to next day, what is my value? It's also same. Looks like no changes. No changes compared to yesterday. This also same only. But when it comes to Jan 16, sorry 18, now the value is going up because compared to yesterday only $7,000 and now is becoming a 20, almost like a triple. Almost like a triple. You can see the trend is going towards up. Trend is going towards up. Now from the 20,000 to suddenly is coming down because next day Jan 19th we got only the 10,000 something here. So that is what about the whenever you would like to analysis like a daily or at least weekly basis also. Weekly basis also. For example, instead of daily basis, if I go like a weekly basis, that is a week number. You can try like this also. I taken as only 1 week right here. So now I'm selecting as a like 2 months. For example, Jan and February. Now see this one week number 6. I think one month only. I'm taking. Let me take the 2 3 months. It is not allowing me to go for the multi select option. Go here, selection control, single select, disable it. So now take the whole quarter in the sense almost like a for month 4 weeks approximately you will get as a 12 to 13 weeks of data. Week number 2, 4, 6 and 8. So as you can see the values is getting up and down weekly basis. Weekly basis. So now we'll understand the more properties of the formatting option. So this slicer you know already, and now go to the now coming to here we have axis, we have a lesson, we have values, we have tooltips. Why I'm highlighting? If you go to chart, select the chart also. Here also we have the axis, lesson, values and color saturation and tooltip. All the properties already have been repeated but anyhow I will explain one property here. Now axis is nothing but whenever you would like to see the trend on what basis, like weekly basis or daily basis or something like this. So tooltip is nothing but, as I told you already, by default in the screen when I keep the cursor we could see the sales amount only, or this y-axis can be any one measure value only. I'm repeating here, this is a sales amount. Will you agree or not? Based on this sales amount y-axis only, the bar is displaying like this. Now, assume that my requirement is I would like to see the trend of the order quantity as well. What is the meaning of trend of the order quantity? For example, I'm just going blindly. I'm taking the one more measure. Blindly, I'm taking one more measure. Now see, it is going for the values only. But is the values are changing here? Or tell me, if you see the keep the cursor here. Now see order quantity, sales amount, and order quantity, sales amount, order quantity, sales amount. Now what is happening here? The only one bar will be displayed because even though we have the two measures, sum of sales amount, or what is this one? Sum of order quantity, only one bar will be displayed because of the. Now same thing I'm just dragging under tooltips. Tooltips, listen carefully please. When I drag it in the value, the sales amount has gone here. Sales amount has gone, and the orders are changing. See this one, the graph is adjusting based on the values. One is order quantity, another one is sales amount, by default displaying as a. I don't know how many of you understanding. See that this black color line here. That is nothing but order quantity. See this color. That is nothing but order quantity, because see, for a week how much orders we are getting? Maximum 400, 600, something like this. But when I compare to this y-axis values, when it compared to 20,000, you are getting only like a 400 rupees or 400 orders. So too less. The graph not even showing us up. So if you have the equal numbers, then you could see at least some one more graph, something like this. Let me change the values. For example, I don't like order quantity. We will take the product cost, somewhere should be there. Total product cost. Now see this one, because the values are like a little bit equal. For example, now make it as a show data, you'll understand. See this one, sales amount is 79,000 and cost is like a 47,000. So now at least something is nearby value. That's the reason what is happening here. We're getting some two kind of bars here. Sorry, it's not a bar, two lines, one for sales amount, one for the order, sorry, total cost. Here when I go for the order quantity, we are getting the lines, but unfortunately the values are very very less. We are not able to recognize which graph that is, which bar that is. So that is what about the like values and tooltip. Actually the tooltip is nothing but when I keep the cursor, let's say I don't want bar, but still I want to see the screen like a tax amount. For example, now drag and drop. Now bar we won't be taking, because under values I won't put as a tax amount, but I put as a tooltip amount. But when I keep the cursor, you could see the tax amount on bottom to this one. See, I'm repeating. I don't want to display as a line, tax as a line, but still I want to see the total value, how much tax I paid. Then you can blindly go for the tooltips. But still you want to one more bar, one, sorry, I'm my mindset is going always bar, so it's a line actually. Okay, so now see this one. If you keep it in the tax amount within the values, you will get as a line. But I don't love, I don't want this line, but I want to see the tax amount on the screen. Then keep it in a tooltips. That's it. Okay. So lesson, anyone, any guess please? What is the lesson? No idea. Okay, so if you go to the charts, So lesson here also available. Why I'm going to comparing chart means then only you can easily understand, then only you could easily understand. This is called line, this is called as a chart here. Chart in the sense like maybe a second one, stacked column chart. Now here also lesson in the sense like I'm taking maybe state wise. Now you understand easily. So one bar will be Australia. We are getting three different or four, five colors because one color will indicate one state value. This is 5839 belongs to some state. If you want to show, just keep the cursor, you will understand. So this is what the value about. In Australia, in New South Wales, this is the order quantity, sales amount and product cost value. Same way, I'm going to line. Now tell me, I'm just going to put as a here, let's say within a week we have 7 days, right? That should be fine. Now I'm taking one more granularity, like low level granularity. Why it is not allowing me here? I think because of multiple values. Let's remove the cost here. Now see what you guys able to understand. That's what I shown you. That's what I shown in chart here. If you understand the clustered column chart, if I remove the state name here, what will happen? You will get as a only each country wise order quantity. Will you agree or not? The moment when I say order, take the lesson wise state also means within a country split the values into multiple values. For example, Australia level maybe 13,000 orders you might be getting. That 13,000 split into each state wise. Same way here also. Same way here also. This is what the value of the maybe what within a week I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days data. For example, this week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days data we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why? Because I'm taking as a granularity for the day level here. I'm taking as a day level. So within a week, get me the all 7 days value, but you won't realize much lines here because we're splitting, right. The values will be like very this one. Now when I keep the cursor, you can understand week number 6. Week number week number 6 only, but see the day. The Monday, Jan 31st. This one, Saturday, February 5. How come it is same week it is going? Okay, it can be possible. February 4, February 1st, it is not visible. January 30. So whatever value available in the database level is showing right now, so you don't need to worry why this day is coming that particular week and all. That's how the backend data is available. Now same thing what you can do, we can split into 1 month into like that is the month column here, English month name. So within a month we have four what do you call this one, week numbers, right? So the bar is like is not showing very continuous bars, continuous lines, because the values in such a way. If you want to understand the line properly, then always good practice to have the less number of, like I'm taking the month wise, March to Jan, February how much, February to Jan, like this. So let me press Ctrl Z here. I will get it back to the day level. This is what still is a week level. Okay, fine. So now let's try to understand next couple of minutes, like that is what about the axis, lesson and values and tooltips. Filter we know already, and go to the formatting option. Now the first one already you know. The second one, x-axis, also nothing much. Whatever showing here in the bottom, that is called as x-axis. This is called as a y-axis. If you want to increase the font or do changes on the x-axis level, go here. And you might be feel like, what is the type here? Continuous and categorical. One second. So what is this one? The week number 2, week or day? Is week number, x-axis 2 4, categorical means like make it as a ascending order. Now see this one, 3 4 5 6 7, like this. It is coming as a without breaking anything. But if you go for continuous means, so the number is ignoring here, 3 is ignoring and 5 is ignoring, is making like more space here. But still you can able to understand. That is what about the type here. And the scale type will be linear. As of now, just ignore this one. Okay, it's like, adjusted based on the width here. See this one is, it is going like a 1 week, 10 week and 100 week, something like this. Though we are in the maybe a third week to 10 or 15th week, right? That's why it's coming as a very close here, like very congested format will be coming up. And the starting value, ending value you can customize. For example, by default start from 0, it will go to the 14, right? See this one, starting value of the x-axis. For example, if I say start from 10, see this one, the little bit part will be hidden here, nothing else. Same way you make it as a end with the 12. See this one, your graph will looks like this. It is not a good practice. Make it as a default values. So color, text size, font family, display units, valid decimal, title, grid lines. I don't want to waste the time. So that is what about the x-axis. Same property will appear in y-axis as well. This one, this is called as a y-axis. This is called as a y-axis. And data colors. Anyone tell me what is data colors? If you don't like this color, you can change it. Come here, you can change it something like this. And data labels. So on top of this one, it will display some labels. For example, see this one. On top of each one, the value will be displayed. Make it as a color, different color, and increase the font. This is what called as the data labels. And decimal values, display unit none, or if you want make it as thousands, so that 135,000. The value will be like, this one. Font family, label, and show bars. You can disable bars in the sense like thickness will come into picture in the background. You can like, you can make it as dark colors. Transparency is there, how thickness you want. This is what about the all these properties. Please spend some time and explore yourself. You can easily understand. The next one is shapes option. Okay, stroke width is there, joint type is there, line style is there. Line style in the sense like it's like a, if you don't like this kind of continuous line, you want like a dotted lines, you can try this dotted line. See this one, able to see this one, the line is coming as a dotted line. Stroke width, for example, you can increase the width of the that particular one. And joint type will be this, you can ignore it. Okay, maybe when we have the more metrics we can able to understand. But that is what about solid and dashed line and dotted lines. So the next one is plot area. Any idea what is plot area? It is adding the image to the background. So I don't have much image. I think April. So whatever the image you want like to add, you can add it. For example, company logos here. The background you want to add as your company logo, and whenever printing the pages, automatically that logo will be there, right? So that cases you can add as a plot area. The transparency, how thickness you want to display the image. So if you go back to our college days and all, we might have done the project work, right? The project work while submitting, we might have in the background like our college name also. So that comes like this only, nothing much. So background color and lock expert border and title. That is what about the line chart here. So now tell me, anyone has any questions here? Color values. What is a color value? Where does it come, Abhay? Abhay, are you there? That was answered. Okay, fine. So the next one is like area chart. If you understand the one line, area will be nothing. Area will be nothing. For example, I'm converting this. 1 second. We'll minimize this one. We'll have more with nothing else. Now let's click on this. Click on this area chart. Now listen carefully. The same only. For example, go to the fields. I have access. I have a lesson. I have values, tooltips, everything you guys know. Just now only we discussed. And if you go to the formatting option, general, x-axis, y-axis, data color, data label, shapes, plot area, not even single property we got new. Everything is same. The only thing is design. Only thing is design. What you want to do? For example, you want like only plain line, or you want to like as the area to you if you want to highlight your area. For example, from this week to this week, you want to highlight like a thick some colors, and then you can go for the area chart. Nothing else like this. And this is something like similar to the area chart, only stacked area chart. There is slight difference. Let's try to understand this one. Is there any difference between both of them? Let me add more metrics, then you will understand. For example, let's say metrics in the sense like measures here. Like where is the measure? I'm adding as a total broadcast. Okay. So now listen. Two line. I think let me remove this one. This background. Where does it come? Shapes. Huh? Now it looks decent. Now this is what about the area chart. Now as you can see, this is the first line is nothing but total broadcast. The second line would be this one. So each area differentiated with the different colors. So now click on this one. Stacked area. 1 second. Actually, if you see this one charts and all, right, the stacked is nothing but within a one bar will be split into multiple when we have the legend values, right? The same way here also 1 week will be split into multiple. We don't have lesson here. We don't have lesson. Let me. If you don't have the proper data, you won't be able to understand. That's for sure. Let's remove this one. I think we have more. Like let's remove. Let's say because it's the day level, right? Its area is not filling. That's okay. So that is okay. Control Z I'm pressing, and I'm taking as a like total cost. We are not able to find the difference between these two. Almost looks like the same, the only except the color and all. So just to ignore this one. So that is what about the area chart. Now no properties here also. No properties, access, lesson, values, tooltips. And if you go to here also, general, lesson, x-axis, y-axis, shapes, 100% same properties. Whatever we have, this three will become as the same similar. Which three? Line chart, area chart, stacked area chart here. The next one is, there is a one more called as a line and stacked column chart. What is the meaning of line and stacked column chart? You know what is stacked column chart. If you want, I will showcase once again. Where is the stacked column chart here? So this is what called as a stacked column chart, correct or not? And this is what called as a line chart here. If you combine both of them, what will happen? So the line chart will come first and you will get as a one bar like this. One line chart, something you will get like this. So nothing else. So go to our line and you know, make this as a like line and stacked column chart. Now see this one. For example, remove this one and you will get more properties here. One is a shade axis. Here column series is there, column values are there, line values are there. We haven't put any of the measure here. That's why we are not getting any lines over here. So here we will spend some more time and we will try to understand. Okay. The first one is shade axis, which is nothing but 100% axis. In other visuals, we call it as axis, but it coming to stacked line chart is coming as a shade axis, nothing else. Now let's say I would like to see the line of the product cost. If that is the case, drag and drop under line values. Now see this one. The line is based on the product cost, but the columns, what are the bar is showing, that is based on the sales amount. Even if you don't like sales amount, if you want to add like this, you drag the sales amount into line. Yes, you can. We can. The lines are boring here because your cost is the 47,000, but you are got a sales amount of the 79. You are getting the better, like more than this value. That's why the line is starting from here. Okay, so line is appearing based on the values of the that particular column, not based on the sales amount. Keep in mind. So we are taking as a two different one. For example, where is the sales amount? I'm dragging it here and remove the total cost. Now say this one. Listen here. Column values as well as line values, both are I'm working on the sales amount only. Obviously, wherever the bar will be ending, there only you'll get as a lines because I'm taking both of them as a sales amount only. So like this, what are the values you would like to see? Tooltip, you know, right? Rest of the all the measures you can keep it in the tooltips so that only tax amount will be displayed. Now total cost also you can put like this. When I keep the cursor, you can see the extra. What are the measure value you would like to see on the screen? Then you can keep it on tooltips. The one property here missed out, that is called as a color series here. Color series here. Color series is nothing but legend, I mean to say. In other visuals, we call it as a legend, right? So here we call it as a color series. Now let's say I would like to split this week into days. Then drag and drop like this. See this one? The 1 week, 1, 2, 3. In this week we have 6 days data. In this week we have 7 days data. In this week, you can see this one. You're supposed to get 7 colors only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 colors. Because I'm taking as a day, right? So within a week, shade axis. Within a week, get me the day-wise data. I hope you guys with me and able to understand. Able to understand. So that is what about the stacked column as well as line chart, and this is clustered. If you want to understand the clustered, see this is what called a stacker, right? Now what will happen? What is happening here? One bar only splitting into multiple colors. When I go for the cluster, for each state you will get as a one different bar. See this one? Yes or no? So we have like maybe let me remove this one, tooltips. Maybe you can increase the bar width and all. I don't want to waste the time. Now go to the data labels. No, lesson. Somewhere this bar width also we can increase. That's okay. So now as you can see here within Australia we're getting as a 1, 2, 3 and 4 bars. On top of each bar we are getting as the values. We are getting as a values. Now I'm not comfortable with this one. Let's remove the state. Add the year column. Year column. Now see this one. Because in Australia, I have data for, see this one, 2011, 12, 13, 4 years data. That's why you're getting as a 4 bars. If you understand this one, what is a clustered, and if you go for the stacked one, now see one bar will be splitting into 3 colors. Then this is very easy. Now I'm just going to our chart. Now you understand what is the stacked one. Stacked one is nothing but whenever I have day level data, stacked is nothing but one bar splitting into multicolors, right? Now let me convert this into clustered. Now see, we have like a huge numbers, right? Within a day you will be getting the 7 bars. As you can see here, one day we have the like different one. Let me filter it. Maybe or one, even I don't want all the week data. Now see, so within a week we are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 colors, and 7 colors are representing as a different bars. That is what more important here. Different bars, that is what more important here. So that is what the difference between the stacked and then column unclustered here. So let me take as a whole month. Let's remove let's remove the lesson. You will get as a decent option here. Decent options. I think we did some changes here. Line values might be product cost. Tax amount is a bit less. That's why it's coming as like this. Okay. So that is what about the line area chart and stacked area chart, stacked and line, clustered and then line. Since we don't have the lesson, it's not up. We don't see any differences. Whenever you have the line, I mean lesson or this one only, you will understand the difference between stacked and then clustered. The next one is a ribbon chart. It will take some time. Only thing is that the format will change. That's it. The ribbon way. What is the meaning of ribbon? I think 7th knows better than us. What is a ribbon under? Anyhow, nowadays no one is using the ribbons. We are in the modern society. So anyhow, it will take some time. It won't take much, as already you can see on the screen. You will get as a like ribbon format. Instead of getting the normal bar, normal area chart, instead of getting as a normal like line, normal area, you will get as a like a little bit different format that is called as a ribbon. So, so idea is like I will try to complete if possible tomorrow all the visualizations. So I'm not sure how many we covered. Covered like couple of. I will better mention it. Line, area, and 15. Area and I don't know what is that. Area chart, stacked area chart. Area So anyone has any questions, you can ask me. That's all for day. We are good to drop. So tomorrow we'll continue by 8 o'clock only. Line and stacked column, line and stacked column, and 17 line and cluster chart. So we're almost covered. So tomorrow all pending visuals. So then after, as per our schedule, edit queries and Power BI, Power BI service, I mean to say. So that's all for day. Thank you all. I'm closing. Bye bye.